Oh, hello. I didn't see you there. Actually, if I'm to be honest with you, I still don't see you. But I do see some cats, and I think you see them too. Just wanted to give you a quick update on these little guys. They are getting bigger every day, it seems, and one of these days they're just going to be regular cats instead of kittens. But it appears they'll be pretty cute ones, so I'm pretty much okay with it. They've been learning more cat things, like how to jump up and open doors, which is a little bit fun, but a lot frustrating, to be honest with you. But in the end, I can't really hold it against them that they're really smart guys. I think that's wonderful, and I'm glad to see it. It's April now, and so much has been going on. School just keeps schooling and schooling, and I just finished shooting my short film this past week, and I'm so happy to be done with that part. In a couple of weeks, I'll be happy again to start planning the next one, but it always really wipes me out, to be honest. I think it just is a lot of work, and I sometimes forget that that's how it's going to be. But at least I get to come home at the end of it, and then there's some cute cats kneading stuff with their feet. They also discovered how to climb into my cardigan, which they really enjoyed, and to be honest, I enjoyed it as well. But I especially love when they want to be a cat pile. Zucchini almost never wants to be a part of the cat pile. She's a strong, independent woman. You know what I mean? She's like on the town. But sometimes she wants to be a part of things. She just likes to be in charge of whether or not she's in charge. She just likes to be in charge of whether or not she is participating in something. And she will tell you if it's not something she wants to be doing. Scrunchhead has recently discovered swimming in Puka's water bowl. He seems to enjoy it a lot, so I guess we're just gonna let him keep doing it. But he doesn't super love having wet feet afterwards. I'm thinking maybe he's the best cat to start harness training with, since he's not too scared of the elements. I don't know, we'll have to see what happens, but yeah, that's pretty much what they're doing. They're getting big and learning how to do stuff, and pretty soon they'll probably have to start school, so we need to get them ready for that. Spring is springing around here, and I got some flowers for my short film, so I decided I might as well plant them. We have this little circle out in our front yard that we were hoping to put a tree in, but when we dug to find a place to put the tree, it turned out that there used to be a tree there and there's a big old stump, so you can't really plant a tree there anymore. So instead I'm planting some tulips and these other flowers that I got for my shoot that I don't actually remember what they are. I also got my camera all ready for this, and then the sun moved instantly, but I didn't notice, and so now everything's kind of blown out, so I'm sorry about that, but you're just gonna have to deal with it. Anyway, I don't know, I'm trying to make our house look like the kind of place we want it to be, inside and outside. We've tried planting a clover grass mix around up front because our grass has a bunch of patchy areas that end up filling with weeds, and it's really annoying, and we don't like doing it or dealing with it, and the weeds are really pokey and they get stuck all over Puka, and it's a pain. And finally it's starting to grow in a little bit, but I'm learning that I didn't put enough clover down, so I don't know, we might have to do some other things. But we actually just bought today some native plants that I'm thinking we'll plant as well in this area, and hopefully that will take down the need for so much clover and stuff, so we'll see. Also, I don't know, I think it turned out pretty cute, even though I have no idea what I'm doing, and I made kind of a fairy ring because I had to go around the stump that's in the middle. Oh well, I'm just gonna keep trying, you know? That's cool, right? Right? It is. Okay, I don't need your validation, but I would like it, so, you know. But I don't need it, okay? Anyway, don't you think that looks cute? Tell me it looks cute, okay? Please? Anyways, moving on. been working on spending actual time outside recently, because since I've been kind of taking the role of watching the cats and letting them hang out, sometimes I really haven't been going on Puka's walks very much, so here I am actually going on one. You can't tell because I'm not in it very much, but I'm the one taking the video. You just have to trust me on that. Look at Puka, he's so smart. He didn't want to get on that table or that chair, but he kind of did it anyways, which was very nice of him to do. This is us just walking around the U Chicago campus. It's so pretty. I love spending time there, and it's not too far from where we live. But it's also not right where we live, which helps Puka. Sometimes he just needs to go on an adventure that's right or not right exactly where he's from. You know what I mean? He just enjoys getting out and about and smelling new smells and seeing new things and just having fun. And here he is doing just that. Sometimes when I'm walking behind him taking a video, he gets a little bit obsessed about it and just wants to watch me watch him, take a video of him watching me watching him. And I don't know, that's just something that he does, and I think that's okay. But yeah, we spent some time outside. We enjoyed the beautiful air. It's getting warm out, which is nice, and it's getting to the time of year when it's supposed to be a little more warm, so that's double nice. And I don't know, we're just trying to find ways to enjoy ourselves, and hopefully as summer comes we'll be able to do this more and more. And maybe when we start harness training the cats, we can also take them outside, which I think they would really enjoy. We'll just have to see how that goes. I have to tell you, I thought I was so funny for this song choice. Actually, now that I think about it, I don't have to tell you. I didn't have to tell you at all, so it was really nice and generous of me to do so. So, you know, feel grateful, I guess. Yeah, I don't know, I was trying to clean the kitchen. The cats wanted to help. They're not very helpful at that kind of thing yet, but we're hoping that they'll come around. They do like to be there, though, when we're doing it. So here I am, trying to work around that. Trying to keep things as undangerous as possible as they investigate this area. The kitchen. They don't know about stuff like the fact that the oven is hot, or the fridge is cold, or the freezer is really, really cold. But they're figuring it out as they feel hot and or cold air coming from those spaces. It's funny because my last couple of films have all used the kitchen in some capacity, and this one hadn't really. So it was nice and clean afterwards, but nonetheless it got messy again, especially because I've been so tired. So if I have cooked anything, I have then really taken my time with cleaning it up. So here I was finally just getting things back on track and trying to take care of it so that I could put together dinner and could relax for the evening and the weekend. And the cats were trying to help me as best they could with that situation. They love any place where they can climb, and the kitchen is full of that. So they were very happy to be a part of this as I was cleaning the space. And then I put them away because they're not as fun to have around when I'm cooking as they are when I'm cleaning. I decided to make some sloppy joes. I had gotten some buns at the grocery store and thought that that would be a fun way to use them. So here I am prepping the sloppy joes. I started making them with this New York Times recipe that's like a no recipe. And so now I just kind of make them with whatever stuff I happen to have on hand. I forgot that I didn't have canned tomatoes when I was making these, so I had to use some fresh tomatoes, which actually ended up being amazing because we had a bunch of leftover tomatoes from Crafty for my film, so it was nice to find a way to use them because otherwise they were going to go to waste. But that did mean that the sloppy joes didn't come out quite as sloppy of joes. They're a little bit drier, which I think is fine. They were still really tasty, and it's kind of weird seeing that you can see that I am filming while I'm filming, but here we go. I thought we had ground beef, but we actually only had ground turkey, so I added a little bit of bacon just to get a little bit of fat in there, and it turned out really nicely. I also have found that I really enjoy having like carrots in my sloppy joes. They get soft and it's another vegetable in there, which is good, and they're really tasty, so it's fun to have them. I had to use the last of my tomato paste. And then I also added a little bit of salsa for some extra flavor. And there's those tomatoes that came from catering for my short film, so it was kind of fun to get to use them. Yeah. this is one of those meals that's not super hard to make, but is really tasty, and Drew and I both enjoy it. So, and I just wanted to share that with you. And if you're ever looking for something fun to make, the New York Times No Recipe book is really fun. It also has taught me a lot about how to really make use of my pantry without worrying too much about whether the right things are where they need to be. Anyway, thank you so much for watching and listening. See you next time. Bye!